My name is Nancy Good-Kennedy. I work in hospice palliative care as well as facilitate a fair amount of education. This analogy today is going to help you visualize the struggles that our patient population experience, both with the healthcare system and through their life in general. So this sand represents my life to date. These pebbles represent the roles that I play in my life. So I am a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm an aunt, I'm a wife, I'm a friend, I'm a nurse, I'm a teacher, I'm a colleague, and I am a mom. Overall, I have a pretty full life. I have a pretty great life. Of course, there are things that I really do want to get around to doing, and no different than anyone else. I believe I have a fair amount of insight and I have a fair amount of time. But I would really like to cycle the Ontario Trail system. I'd like to visit Portugal. And I also would like to fit in a play date with a baby elephant. I'll get to those things. I expect that I have many years to fulfill these dreams. I just returned from a doctor's visit. He tells me I have lung cancer. And he explained the treatment to me, which includes chemotherapy. I know about chemotherapy. I know that it can make you very sick. What if I vomit everywhere? What if my hair falls out? How am I going to keep up with my family? How am I going to hold my job down? How am I going to tell my husband? How am I going to tell the kids? What am I going to do about finances? I don't even have health insurance. This really terrifies me. I feel like I'm losing control. So each of these boulders represent issues that I'm facing, symptoms of my disease. So this boulder represents shortness of breath. I'm having trouble doing much because I am so short of breath. And this boulder represents fatigue. I'm so tired already. This boulder represents asking for help. I'm a nurse. I give care. I don't accept care. And this big boulder, this represents pain, of which I'm terrified. I don't want to be in pain. I'm afraid of pain. This really weighs me down. My balls. And then there is that fear of hair loss, which I don't even want to talk about because I do feel it to be very vain, but it is present. I am afraid of losing my hair. It's been a week, and I think things are a little bit better. It's been a pretty good week. I've had several phone calls. I had a call from the visiting nurse. I had a call from home and community care. I also had a call from the hospice care coordinator, the intake coordinator. They're so helpful. I really wanted hospice to be involved in my care early. I so believe in their philosophy. And I also had a chance to talk to my doctor. So he's going to order oxygen, and that is going to help with my shortness of breath. So I think I can actually, I feel better about that. I think I can take that out of my bowl, out of my life. I also had a talk with a personal support worker through home and community care, and they're going to come in and help me in and out of the shower, and perhaps to do those little tasks around that cause me to be so fatigued so quickly. asking for help. That has been so difficult for me. And in that area, hospice again has been really helpful. I did have a conversation with a volunteer. She really helped me with really wording and how I can keep my dignity intact, yet ask for help and be graceful about that. That's really important to me. That feels good. And my hair loss. You know, I have great girlfriends. I have had so many people come forward to help me. I think people realize how important it is to me to express myself, perhaps through the through our hairstyles, just through how we present ourselves and how we dress. So my girlfriends, as I said, have been so helpful in that area. They're taking me to have my hair cut. They're going to help me choose a wig. And they also have sent me a special care package with some bandanas and scarves, and they're certainly willing to help me with that piece. So maybe my hair loss isn't going to be so bad after all. And my pain. That is one of the things that has worried me the most. But my visiting nurse, again, was so good. And she has explained to me all about the medicines and how they work, and proper dosing and timing. And on top of all of that, she has reassured me that I'm not going to be going through this alone. That has really helped me. She's going to be here with me every step of the way, and she won't let the pain get out of control. This has been a journey. And as I reflect on my visiting nurse, and I understand that this is not something I'm alone in, I think that has empowered me as well. Now, I do have changing roles that I really feel that I need to address. And because I am feeling a little bit more in control, I do need to think about my role as a wife. And for that role, I'm going to need the support of my husband, who I know will be really great. I do have a role as a homemaker. And again, relying upon my family and my friends, they've been great to help me with some cooking and some tasks around the home. So I'm very lucky that way. I have a role as a nurse and a teacher, and I'm working on that. I'm working on that one. But my biggest role of all is that as a mom. And it just means that I have to be okay with having less control, which means the kids are coming to me more often than I'm able to go to them. And you know what? I really am. I'm okay with that. Finally is my role as a care provider. As I said that earlier, that is tough for me. And I'm learning to let go of some of that control. And it does symbolize who I am. And that's okay. I'm learning as I go. It looks like I'm getting a little bit more room. I'm getting a bit more room. But I mustn't forget that outside my family, I also have roles and responsibilities in my community. Now, whether that be with people that I know or people that I don't know, I think sometimes it's hard for people to come around. That could be your friends, that could be your colleagues. Sometimes it's hard for them to see me the way I am. And I understand that. Perhaps they don't know what to say. But you know, I do feel the need to keep those connections in my community. I do believe that my circle could become a bit smaller. And who knows, if I don't survive this, I do need some closure in my community. And the last thing I really do need is I do need to do a life review. And that's okay. I know there's someone at hospice that will be able to help me with that. Legacy work is good. That life review really speaks to who we are. As I give this another shake, I can see that I'm going to be able to do many things. I have so much more room after having removed the large life stressors. I'm going to be able to visit the cottage. I'm going to be able to spend time with my family. And I think I'll be able to get back to cycling as well. All sorts of things. Now that the big details and the big weights are taken care of, my load doesn't seem quite as heavy. It does seem a little bit lighter. As my load becomes lighter, my quality of life becomes better. So, in conclusion, here's my life as I've lived it. With a team, quality of life does seem possible. The rocks are like rocks in a farmer's field. They will surface and they will surface again. But it's our job to be able to recognize and to address these issues as they do surface.